A new deep rooted belief that I unearthed recently is that I believe a lot of the time that I am not enough. And having this belief of not being enough affects us in so many areas of our life. And a few months ago, when I started a journey to improve my financial situation, that's the first time I uncovered this belief that I am not enough. But at the time, I related that and connected that only to the ability for me to make more money. So I thought I am not enough to make more money. But it wasn't until recently when I realized that this belief actually overflows into many areas of my life. There's many areas of my life where I carry this belief that I am not enough. I feel it when I am on social media. Sometimes I don't show up consistently because there are certain days where I feel like I'm not enough and I'm not bringing enough to my content in order to be inspirational or motivational or to provoke positivity in others. I feel it with my health. Something I've been struggling with over the last year and a half is my hormonal health, and there's times where things are really out of balance, and I can directly relate the feeling of not being enough or not feeling worthy to different types of physical health symptoms that I experience on a regular basis. The feeling of not being enough also sometimes is evident in my relationships. I just won't say something that I feel like I need to say, or I will go quiet and not communicate to my best ability because I'm not sure how to address the situation and how to stand up for myself properly. So sometimes I'll just go into the shadows and be quiet. Uncovering this deeply rooted belief that I have of not being enough recently has been somewhat of a struggle because I am in the phase of awareness around it. And I've started moving into the phase of tackling this belief and starting to make changes to remediate it. But this is sometimes the hardest part of personal development, is when you uncover some darkness or shadows within yourself and you have to face them and you have to accept them, and you have to realize that that is where you are at right now. And with that comes reflection of all the different areas of your life and the different situations in your past that have resulted from this negative and limiting belief. And you have to accept that you are on a journey. When you're learning and growing, when you're pursuing personal development, you have to accept that when you uncover the shadows that come into the light, and they do all come into the light in perfect timing, you have to accept that there's nothing from your past that you could have done differently, because you only knew what you knew at the time. You operated from the place that you were able to operate from at the time. But once you have the awareness of any limiting belief that you uncover, that's when it becomes your responsibility to fully accept it, to see it for what it is, to understand that it's okay to be where you are right now, and then to start implementing the changes to rewrite that belief into something more uplifting and positive that will positively change your life instead of being a hindrance moving forward. So I have navigated through that acceptance phase, and I am in to the rewriting the belief phase. And I know that with time and consistency and effort, that I will be able to overcome this negative belief. And I am so excited for the day that always comes when I rewrite any negative belief. That day where you realize that you have overcome the challenge and have successfully rewritten your belief to be able to have a more positive and bright future. That moment of realization, when you realize that you believe in the new belief that you have been working on and rewriting, and that old belief no longer is a part of you. I am so excited for that day when it comes to this particular belief, because I understand all the ways that this belief has held me back in the past, and I am just so ready and so excited to be able to meet the future version of me that has overcome the feeling of not feeling like I'm enough, because that version of me is full of potential and sees all the manifestations of success in her life, in all areas of her life. And she is the person I've been meant to be from the beginning, that has been shadowed by years of negative programming. So I can't wait to welcome her in. I can't wait to meet that version of myself. And that is the beauty of personal development work.